speeches, even though Michael told me that there will be no speeches tonight. First of all, I want to do a few call-outs to people who couldn't be here tonight, and that is Openoma, Pete and Sarah from London, and then there's Nikki Limingtard from Wellington. And they're basically all wishing you a really cool night tonight.
Thank you, man.
Alright. I know obviously not doing any speeches tonight, but 21st doesn't go without speeches. Alright, so this first message is from another special friend from overseas. Okay, so this is not my speech, this is somebody else's speech. Michael and I've come a long way. Michael and I have come a long way. To me, he's been the kid whose mum to get him from a sleepover because we were watching the ring and he got scared. To the Peter Pan and green tights who kept cracking onto his jokes on stage. Then he was, no, listen to this guys, this is really good. Then he was the boy who cried and hugged me at the airport as I left New Zealand, to the one who flew across the world just to sit in class with me. When we last met, we've both grown into young adults, living almost independently and starting our careers. And here I thought Peter Pan wasn't supposed to grow up. So at the risk of sounding very bigoted here, Michael is family to me. He's been by my side since we were kids, and thankfully distance hasn't changed that. Happy 21st, Peter Pan. I can't wait to see you again. And I know I wasn't allowed to do any speeches tonight, but I think the 21st doesn't go without doing speeches. So I'm trying not to make this too long. Okay, alright, it starts at the beginning, as all 21st do. Michael John Verhoeven. It all started 21 years ago. Michael was a bright wee light in a dark few months. John, Mike's middle name, was my brother's name, who passed a few weeks before Mike was born. Mike is a true middle child, always, always liked to be heard and hated missing out. As a kid, he could never sit still. Everything needed to be planned. What are we doing today? Tomorrow? Next week? What are we doing today? We'd go on holiday and he would want to have an itinerary for every day, otherwise he would plan the holiday. One holiday at the Green and Blue Lakes, Mike had a 1,000-watt torch and we decided to try it out. Mike was never too keen of the dark when he was a kid, but with this torch, everything lit up. We decided to search out glowworms, which we never found. The torch went dead. In the pitch dark, with 3 young kids, I thought, what the hell do I do now? Mike took charge and led us out of the bush. During his school days, he played soccer, water polo and softball, and loved winning. And what many of you will not know, he loved the stage. At 8, his debut was playing Kurt, one of the Von Trapp children in The Sound of Music. His first musical was Oliver, acting alongside Paul Holmes.
Paul Holmes.
Also acted in Cinderella, High School Musical, Beauty and the Beast, The Wizard of Oz, Annie. He even had a dabble in tap dancing. Most of his school years were spent on Mount Roskill campus, finishing his last 6 months at Lincoln College. He was often up to no good, telling me the principal wanted to eat lunch with him in the office at intermediate.
Love the ball, my love.
He would spend many hours with the teacher and grandma, and they ended up telling each other long stories. Another occasion, Mike made a grand plan to wag, catch a bus to the airport and see a friend off. They were travelling to school without the proper uniform. Mike certainly had the gift of the gab. He managed to convince the DP to drive him home so that he could get changed. Michael's always had a sense of adventure. At 16, he was off to the other side of the world to visit family and friends, taking a few side trips to London and Bulgaria, and then back to Europe at 20, doing his OE with Dan, and working for nearly a year in a greenhouse, and his travelling days are far from over. I'm sure he will see every corner of the world.
Definitely see
A
that.
primary school teacher once told me, Mike will go far with those eyes. I think she's right. And you'll have to maintain the watch and perfume collection you have. Starting in the early days of foodstuffs. Starting in the early days of foodstuffs and moving onto the Novotel and working in the greenhouse in Europe, back into hospitality at the Novotel Hotel. What lies around the corner? Mike, I'm really proud of the caring young man you have become. Always
Are you a man?
always looking up.
Disrespect.
Happy birthday, Mike. I love you.
Not really. Good.